Hey, what's going on, everybody? BDF44 coming at you another video. All right, so I'm trying to figure out if my logic is sound. I'm trying to figure out if my logic is sound in regards to crypto and whether or not people should be um, looking at it in any way, shape, or form. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor, so that's why I worded that particular way. I wasn't going to finish that sentence without making that happen. But my thing is this: for my personal portfolio and what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to figure out if my logic makes sense in regards to seeing it like this. I'm listening to a lot of people talk about how Bitcoin is expected to continue to go down, and we know that the likelihood of them being that being the case is sound. We know that there's a lot going on with financial markets. We know that there's um, you know more liquidity that needs to be secured for people who've over leveraged themselves. So we understand that there are indicators that will help us understand where the bottom may be and where um, we may find ourselves able to get the best discounts, and where we can find ourselves getting the most bang for our buck, and most importantly, how we can keep ourselves from losing money in the very short term. But I think trying to time the market, it might be overrated, and that's what I'm trying to figure out if my logic makes any sense. This is it. It seems to me that timing the market makes no sense because the reversal is going to be so ferocious that even the prices that we're seeing right now, assuming if there's a 50% drop from here, it could be devastating in the very short term. But I'm imagining that the prices that you'll see here at this point and the prices you'll see lower won't be found after that reversal pattern for many moons. So you know, I'm thinking that for those of us who may have purchased now or may be waiting to purchase a little further under this, we may find ourselves in a situation where the drop is significant. We might find ourselves, you know, without for a little bit, or whatever the case may be, find ourselves looking at a bit of a shock to our portfolios. But I think the reversal can be so quick, and these prices can be so ridiculously coveted later on that it won't really matter that we didn't time it right. It won't really matter that, for those of us who have a long term outlook on this thing, depending on how things look, depending on how things actually go, because all of this is uncertain. But if we're to assume that the reversal is strong, when it does reverse later on down the year, hopefully, um, you won't even feel this. Whatever the short term of this situation will bring you, it will be of no consequence later. So that's what I'm trying to figure out if it makes sense, right? Because I'm listening to people talk, and of course, when you listen to people talk, it puts thoughts in your head about what it is you should do if you allow it to. Um, so that's not what I'm trying to do here in regards to yourselves. If anything, I want to express my novice way of thinking, and that I am not certain. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. Um, for myself, I just really, really look at these prices that we see here, and I'm like, you know what? As I've told you guys many times, some of these things I've bought at their highs. So to see them at these prices are so very shocking. To be able to accumulate at this amount is uh, something that I relish at. And while there's a smart way to invest, and I haven't often practiced the smartest ways to do things, I think at the end of the day, when I see this type of dip, it is tempting. It is very tempting for me to spend some of my money and do so. But discipline is key, and information will guide you. Knowing what it is that those indicators are. You know what I mean, in regards to what's going on with the Fed, and how best to um, go about, making a decision that's best for yourself is most important. Don't take anything I'm saying by any stretch of the imagination as something you should be putting into action for yourself. Um, Maybe you have the answers I'm looking for. Does it make sense to just hold off and risk this thing reversing sooner than people think and never seeing these prices again? or waiting until it bottoms out, and then assuming um, we'll be able to see those prices long enough to be able to capture them. Because with Bitcoin, nah, things happen very, very, very quickly. So I would rather catch it um, before the reversal. Not to say I want to, catch a falling knife. That's not what I'm saying. But when you see a very significant deep dip, you should consider what your options are. Is what I'm saying. Consider what your options are, because that is what is in front of us. Very, very ridiculously prices that I think we won't see once this thing recovers. So yeah, that is where I'm at. You know, that is where I'm at. That is really what I wanted to express. I'm very excited about crypto. Nevertheless, I think the sentiment, as I've said before, is still the same. I think most people are excited about the projects they're excited about, but it's just a matter of where will this thing bottom out? How long will this crypto winter, so to speak, last? Some people think it's going to last for the rest of the year. Some people think it could last maybe a few weeks. I really am not the person to ask, obviously, but it's definitely something that I understand could be a prolonged thing. So, any buying at this point would be considered a very, very serious risk, to say the least. But I think at the same time, when you realize there is a reversal, it may be too late. Once you realize, oh my God, we've already reached the bottom, this thing could be shooting back up to regular prices. And those who, weren't afraid to purchase at these various points right here during this crater, will be the ones that ultimately end out feeling pretty good about themselves. So that is what I'm trying to prevent from being absent from benefiting from. I definitely want to be the guy who took a couple dollars and threw it at these ridiculous prices, because I know what these coins look like when they're healthy. I know what it looks like when Bitcoin is at 40,000 and 50,000 and 60,000. And to be honest with you, I don't believe the sentiment is stuck at 60,000. I don't think people would hesitate to buy Bitcoin at 70,000, 80,000, $90,000, knowing the sentiment and what people believe this thing could be for many, many, many years to come. So I've listened to people like Bill Gates who are skeptical, and I understand that there's a lot for me to learn. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at what's in front of me. I'm looking at the possibilities, and I'm excited. That's what I will share with you guys. I'm excited. This crypto winter doesn't change me and my sentiment in any way. So that's what I got to say. This is a short conversation, and yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about this particular topic. So that's pretty much it. BDF44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.